certainly proud of the group that finished the game. Um, Ray J. Dennis, Quenton Jackson, Johnny Furphy, Enrique Freeman, and Tony Bradley. Really were, showed so much courage and fortitude and wherewithal and resilience. It was amazing. And so really because of those guys, we have a 50-win season, which is something to really be proud of. I'm also informed it's the biggest comeback in Pacer history, and it's also the biggest comeback in the NBA this year. So really proud of those guys in particular for their efforts. Before those guys got into the game in the second half, we weren't playing very well, and we've had struggles in recent games. So we have work to do this week to be prepared. We've drawn an opponent that is playing at an extremely high level. Have a couple of the best players in the world, and we're starting off at home, which is a different kind of challenge. And so this week, we're going to have to prepare for the kind of intensity that's necessary. Going to make a lot of appeals to our fans that Gainbridge Fieldhouse on game 1, game 2, has got to be the craziest place on the planet. And we're going to need every bit of help that we can get. We're excited for the challenge of the playoffs. But we have work to do this week.
Rick, what was key message you wanted either from you or internally from the team that you were down 23 in the fourth quarter that got everybody going?
Well, we had shown a few signs early in the second half, and really Cleveland's guys really just had played, incredible basketball for, an entire first half, and then a pretty decent chunk of the third quarter. And, one of the things that is important for us is our ability to wear teams down with our depth. Now, this is an unusual situation going this deep, and having third string guys in the game, but it's an illustration, they only had 9 or 10 guys available. And so both teams were really, really tired at the end of regulation. Even more tired in the first overtime. And I thought, their guys who had played the majority of the game were just really worn out in the second overtime. And our guys were tired, but they were fresher because they hadn't played quite as much. So, that's a factor. But, it's kind of the story of the competitive spirit. The guys that got in there at the end for us are super hungry, super motivated, have a lot to play for. And that passion and that intensity ignited something. Our bench was really into it. Our coaching staff was into it. There was one play toward the end of regulation where Furphy gets the ball, goes down, attempts to lay the ball in, and a guy almost took his head off. And we actually showed it to the team after the game. He got knocked to the floor and got right back up, got the rebound, stayed in the play, put it back up there, and then Tony Bradley tipped it in. And, we were down 6 at the time, and that made it 4. And so a play like that where a player has the wherewithal and the toughness to withstand that kind of a hit, the injustice of a no call, and get up, stay in the play, and create a winning situation. I mean, that's something special, And Furph didn't have a great shot making day today, but he always has a great activity day. So very, very happy for him. Proud of the way he competed along with a lot of the other guys.
The two-way guys, and especially Quenton, and I think obviously, if I'm not mistaken, they're not eligible to play in the playoffs. This is kind of their last game that everyone allowed. And one, what was it just like to see that competitiveness from them? And second, what's it just Quenton meant to this team overall? You had to start it at times this year and putting on the team's best offensive player to get that kind of performance out of him in the last game.
Yeah. Quenton Jackson's been he's been a revelation for organization is just his upbeat vibe, his spirit. He played 39 minutes today. I mean, and he's plus 22. And look, he made some mistakes early in the game, and but he's a guy that just keeps going and just keeps playing. I mean, and he's had a lot of amazing challenges in his life, and this is just who he is, And so, I really, again, and I think all coaches would agree with this, that an appeal should be made to the league and the Players Association for two-way players to be available in the playoffs. I mean, to be able to put that uniform on it's a big deal. And, these guys are good players. I mean, look at Cleveland's two-way guys, what they've done, and so, it's a moment like this is great for him on the one hand, in that, he's a big part of a historic day and a 50-win season. On the other hand, he's not going to be able to suit up for the playoffs, but those guys are going to be a big part of our preparation as we get ready for Milwaukee. So we need them.
Is there a point in that fourth quarter where you sense that kind of something special is happening? Well, I guess what's it like to, there's not been so many minutes this year where you coached those five guys on the floor. Like, what's it like to just kind of, again, notice what's going on and kind of see that something special is possible there?
Yeah, they started to get some stops. Cleveland started to get a little tired, and there was some real momentum. And then, as the head coach, you've got to decide, how much play calling are you going to do? How much are you going to slow things down and intervene, because you don't want to take away the mojo that's kind of naturally developing. So, I tried to feel my way through it. We had a couple of situations where, we had a couple of end game situations in regulation and in the first overtime. And our execution was pretty good. We just didn't make the shots. And then the second overtime, we outlasted them, so that was it. But, everybody just kept saying, let's hang in, let's somehow give ourselves a chance. And these guys were inspirational today.
What did you like about Freeman plus 29? What impressed you most about him?
Yeah, he's a local guy, and he got in. He didn't get into the second half, and played 31 minutes. And I don't know if he came out of the game, and so I know how meaningful it is for him to play here. He played here in a preseason game this year, and he was honored the previous night. I think it was either at his high school, or I think it was at his high school, for a jersey retirement, which was really special to him. I've sensed over the years the closeness that people of Cleveland, Ohio, in Ohio as kind of a culture have, and so. It's that part of it's cool. And he played beautifully. I mean, he took the right shots. He was involved in a lot of rebound plays, a lot of loose ball plays. The guy's fearless competitor, and he stands for what our organization wants to stand for, which is, defiant competitiveness, and a guy that earns trust because of, who he is and how he operates.
You down 27 in the second half, 23 in the fourth quarter. When did you kind of feel that you guys can actually do this and come back and get it done?
I felt the whole time we can get it done. That's just me. That's my, my character, the way I'm built. So I just try to instill that energy in all my third unit guys, and I think we all did a good job of stepping up, accepting the challenge, and then walking them boys down.
A lot of people have pointed to you and the way you played, that they could just feel that, it's could put a spirit in them as well. What does it take for you, especially playing 20 straight minutes, to do that?
Just be me. Just go out there, play unselfish, play hard. Just trying to get everybody on the same page, keep all my guys together, and then just going out there and fight. It don't take nothing. It don't take no type of talent to go out there and give effort. And so that's what I try to do, and that's what I try to get these younger guys to know as well. Like you may have all the skills, all that, but your effort is what's gonna keep you here.
Did it cross your mind at any point today that this would be the last game you play this season? And if so, how did that influence what you did?
Yeah, coming into the game earlier today, I knew it was probably might be my last game. But at the same time, I wasn't really too focused on that. I just wanted to come out here. We've been preaching on 50 wins, so we got that 50th win.
What do you think just worked well for you guys defensively? Obviously, you come up with a couple huge steals down the stretch there when you're down, when you fall back behind 6 to get back in it. Just how much did that really drive what happened in that entire stretch?
Just staying solid, keeping each other, playing for each other, helping each other. One guy get beat, somebody be there for him, and then at the end of the day, we knew we needed to rebound. So it was get stops, get rebounds, and the rest of it was going to handle itself.
How do you look back at this whole entire season? I mean, obviously you've been asked to start at some points. You've been asked to guard the opponent's best player at some points. You've obviously spent a lot of time going back and forth with the Mad Ants. What's this whole year been like for you? How have you kind of grown within it, basically, and how are you going to look back at what you've achieved and what you've just done for this team in this period?
It's honestly been a blessing. Just being here, for one, is a blessing, because there's so many guys who want to just be in my position, whether they play or not. And for me to have the opportunity to start earlier this year, and then for me to go out there and play the way I've been playing and contribute the way I've been contributing, it's nothing short of the work that I've put in, the work that our coaches have helped me with, and so I don't know. Like I said, it's just all a blessing. I can't really put it into words. I'm grateful, proud of myself as well, but proud of the team too.
What do you say proud of yourself? What are you most proud of your own growth? I mean, how do you feel like you've made the most of these opportunities, and how do you look at this season in terms of your personal growth and what you've gotten out of it?
I would say I've grown the most mentally. It probably wouldn't be anything on the court. Like everything on the court, that kind of take care of itself. I would just say mentally off the court, just staying ready, staying prepared, controlling what I can control. So much of everything that happens during the NBA season is out of the player's control, and so I just try to let that take a back seat and then just focus on my development, the energy I can give my teammates when I'm not playing, all the other things that surround basketball other than putting the ball in the basket.
Did you kind of realize that something was brewing, that you guys actually could accomplish this comeback?
Yeah, obviously it was a rough start, but I don't know if that was really a moment, but we had a little run, kind of look up at the scoreboard, and it was only about 14 points, so we kind of realized we just kept chipping away, and then that kind of gave us a bit of energy going into the last stretch of the game. So, I think we just all stayed solid. We kind of enjoyed each other's, looking out for each other, just playing as hard as possible. But, yeah, it was a fun game.
You guys played almost over 20 minutes in a row, I think. How did that feel, and how did you push through that, even mentally?
I couldn't have asked for anything else. That's, it was a lot of fun. You can't take that for granted. Being able to play in an NBA game for extended minutes like that. So definitely just try to make the most of it, and happy how we finished the game.
When you guys rally back for within 1, I think they go back up 6. I mean, just what kind of sustained you during that period? You guys obviously managed to cause a couple turnovers, the one in the backcourt. I mean, just what worked well defensively, especially then to get the turnovers you needed to get a chance to tie that thing in regulation?
It started with just individual defense. I think it started with Q. Q's kind of intensity defensively kind of gave us a spark. He had a few really, really big stops down the stretch. So I thought that gave us, everyone else, a lot of energy, just seeing how he approached it. And then, just being able to defend and rebound, that's what it came down to.
You mentioned Q. I mean, just how important was he? And obviously, as a two-way guy, I mean, they're not eligible for the playoffs. All three of those guys were obviously going all out. What was it like to see, how he played, and what was it also like just to be around him this year, both with the Mad Ants and here?
Yeah, he's awesome. I think he's always brings the same energy every day. No matter what the game is, he's gonna give everything he's got. So definitely seeing how he approached today was pretty cool to be a part of. And then obviously he can't play in the playoffs, so it kind of meant a lot more today just to leave everything out on the table.
Rick said he showed a video of you getting hacked, basically, and hit hard and getting back up, and he kind of pointed to that as an important moment. Just, I guess, to kind of take us through that moment, and what did you just have to kind of push through there?
Yeah, I think, that's going to be like what the playoffs are going to be like. You're not going to get calls, or you can't expect calls. There was a play down the stretch where I missed a layup, got the rebound, and then ended up in a tip, which we were down 6 at the time. So, yeah, that was kind of it.
50 wins, how does that feel, given how the season started for you guys especially?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, I don't really know. I don't really have that perspective yet of how how good this is to be a part of. But I just heard TJ say this is his first 50-win season, so definitely going to try and take this all in. And yeah, we got more work to do though. So.